Let's talk about practical strategies. So, can you walk us through the actual steps of filing a mandamus lawsuit, from deciding to sue to getting a response from USCIS or the court?
Yeah. So right now, you can look and see what the processing times are, and you can compare that to historical processing times. And you see that they're starting to balloon, that they're getting much larger. So you file your application, and at the time you file your application, you're out very little to file that Freedom of Information Act at the same time or shortly after. What the FOIA claim request does is it starts a process. The government has 20 business days to respond. So regardless of when you file that FOIA, you want to do it at least 20 business days prior to your lawsuit. If the government doesn't respond within those 20 days, theoretically you could go to court immediately. If they do respond and you don't like their response, most of the time those FOIA responses are meaningless and worthless, and they play dumb and say they don't have any responsive evidence when you know they do. So if that's the case, then you have to do an appeal. And then after the appeal, you get your ability to go to court, or you get the evidence that you were seeking through FOIA. When you go couple these things together, when you go to court with a FOIA with the Mandamus case, then you have direct access to the U.S. Attorney's Office, and you start negotiating what evidence you're going to get and when they're going to give it. I will say that when we couple these things together with a very thorough, strategically planned FOIA, we haven't really seen a whole lot of pushback from the government on your Mandamus case. And the terms of settlement in these cases have been drop your FOIA, which, for the individual client, that's an easy decision. We'll gladly get rid of the FOIA. We get the decision, and we're happy, and we go with that. So I keep talking about the importance of FOIA, but it is the biggest single piece of leverage that you're going to have in this process if you do it right. If you do it right, that is going to cause more concern for the government than just about anything.